Okay, I've got a question. What does a sassafras candy cane, a breaker box, and the Ralston Inn have in common?
Well, somehow, believe it or not, they are all key plot points in a Hallmark film from back in 2020 called Five-Star Christmas. And we've got a lot to talk about, Jennifer.
We do, Josh, and we will unwrap it all in this episode of Do You Watch What I Watch?
Sit down and watch, then have a talk with Jennifer and Josh.
Okay, it's August as we're recording this. Kids in our area are going back to school already, which is bonkers. My son started school August 1st. Like, summer doesn't really exist anymore. But how has back to school treated your family, Josh?
New family rhythms all over the place, and we are just hanging on as best as we can. So, our baby, we have an 18-month-old. The baby started daycare, and the baby has been coming home from daycare the past few days bonkers tired and bonkers mad about it. And so, as I have often said for the past few years, someone is always crying in our house, and usually it's an adult. So that's where we are. How are you guys?
This is the thing. I feel like in our world, the kids love it for a couple weeks, and then it's old hat. They've already reconnected with their friends, and then they're over it, and then it's like, okay,
Yes.
when's the next break?
The novelty wears off, but soon enough, they are going to have Christmas break to think about, and we are thinking about Christmas all year long. And we've got a great one to recap and review here on the podcast. Five-Star Christmas, as we mentioned off the top, this one from back in 2020, pandemic year. Let's go back to that. Not.
We needed, yeah, let's not do that. But we needed some holly and jolly more than ever that year. And you see if this one fits the bill.
We will. And here is the plot recap, just to give you a sense of where we're heading in the deep dive. When a travel writer shows up unexpectedly at their dad's bed and breakfast, the Ralston family all pretend to be guests in hope of getting a good review. Let's go.
Okay, so we open to a bustling businesswoman named Lucy, played by Bethany Joy Lenz. We've covered a couple of her movies on the podcast. We're big fans of some Bethany Joy Lenz. So, Lucy works for you guessed it, marketing agency. Because if you've been around for a while, there's like a handful of careers that people can have, should they have a career at all. And marketing agency is probably the most popular. She's heading home for the holidays, and she surprises her assistant with a round trip ticket to see his family in Phoenix. So clearly, she has a heart of gold. She's singing in the car, which I personally want more of. Like, if she could record a Christmas album, I wouldn't be mad about it.
Same here.
We meet another lovely couple also traveling home for the holidays. It turns out it's her brother and sister-in-law. They're jazzed because they are on a new, like, embarking on this new chapter where sis-in-law is a makeup influencer, I guess, and brother-in-law is, I guess, his job, he can work anywhere. So they're gonna just, like, start being remote and just perusing the globe, and they're super excited about it. Grandpa picks up the youngest sister at the bus station. So here we have all these, we're introduced to this ensemble. Again, if you've been around a while, you know I struggle with names, not even trying to get the names right on this one. I can tell you right now, we're going like sis-in-law, brother, little sis, grandpa. We're keeping it simple here. But Lucy, our leading lady, is at the local market and she goes to grab a sassafras candy cane, which, uh-oh, her hands touch the hand of a tall, handsome man who is none other than Victor Webster, aka Hallmark Hunk. In this movie, he goes by Jake. And I had to wonder, two people like this same nasty flavored candy cane?
Had you ever heard of a sassafras candy cane before this? Because I surely have not. They said sassafras candy cane, and I was like, what are we doing here? Is that actually a thing?
It must be, but honestly, I thought sassafras wasn't even like a flavor. I thought it was just something that like Daffy Duck said or Sylvester the cat from Looney Tunes, like sassafras. Like I didn't think it was like a true candy cane flavor, or maybe in my mind it was more of a seasoning.
So I only know sassafras because I was a Boy Scout growing up, and I remember that sassafras smells like Fruit Loops. So it's that kind of a flavor profile.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, maybe it
Other
would be delightful in a candy cane.
Other random tidbit, I did look up Bethany Joy Lenz, and she has a Spotify profile with some tunes on it. So
Does she have Christmas songs on there?
doesn't immediately appear like it to me,
Okay.
but I will give this a listen and report back and let you know.
Please do. Please do.
Not while we're recording. I'll do that on my free time. I want to stay focused
Yeah.
and dialed in because that is the dedication to the craft that the people have come to expect from us, Jennifer.
Exactly. We are nothing but ultimate journalists here. Okay, so they touch hands over this nasty I was gonna say nasty eight candy cane instead of sassafras, but we're keeping it G-rated down here. Okay. And of course it's the last one, right? So Lucy and Jake exchange some witty banter and they battle like fun facts about the candy cane and who wins the cane. It's Jake. But I'm like, "Why couldn't you just King Solomon that thing and split it in half?" That's what I thought they were gonna do, but he walks off with it. She's like, "Nah, I don't want these standard peppermint things." And she goes to leave, but the precious little man that runs the general store or market or whatever is like, "Oh, here you go." He paid for it, and he, being the ultimate dude move, Jake paid for the candy cane and left it for her because they had some sparks over sassafras. What did you think about
Classy.
this meet cute?
Classy. I thought it was a good meet cute, honestly. It had some witty banter. It was a little tensiony from go, and I kind of liked it. I bought it. It was cute. What about you?
Yeah. Loved it. Loved them. Yep. Okay, so Lucy gets the Ralston Inn bed and breakfast. Hubba what? I mean, she's pulling into her family home and she's like, I did not grow up in a bed and breakfast, a B&B as it were. She walks up confused to this beautiful, like craftsman style, gorgeous, gorgeous piece of property. And she's walking around. There's like a check-in desk and a weird fireplace and just things are amiss. Turns out dad's done a major renovation because he had, like, empty nest syndrome, I guess. Everybody'd flown the coop. He was bored. Of course, he's a widow, of course, because if you've heard our rants about that before, somebody's gonna be dead in all these movies.
The deader
He's
the
a
better.
widow.
The deader the better.
Better the better. It's what we like to say now. Market that on a T-shirt. You know, I was thinking about making T-shirts. Do you think there would sell if they said the death the better?
Is there a market for that, dear listener?
Quote. You could say, quote, "The deader the better," end quote. Signed, Hallmark, probably.
Let us know, dear listener, if there's a market for that T-shirt. We will do the work to get it printed. Just saying. Leave us a comment if you would buy a
Buried in it.
The deader the better.
You could I mean, that's fine. I would love going to a funeral open casket and just see somebody in that shirt. It's too dark. It's too dark. We've got too dark. Okay. So, anyways, dad has empty nest syndrome, so he decided, I was a park ranger and I'm bored now. I'm just going to completely renovate the house, pour all of my money into it and open up a B&B, even though it seems like there's a plethora of B&Bs in this tiny town. And of course, the renovation costs more than he thought it would because, of course, that's what happens in construction. But he's got an idea. He's gonna really turn things around because, word of mouth is kind of spreading with a couple guests, but there's a travel critic, B.A. Turner, and she's in town visiting local B&Bs to write up, and if they can get her to write a 5-star review, 5-star Christmas, of their B&B, then the rooms will be filled to the brim of Christmas cheer and paying guests. Lucy's upset and caught off guard, but understands, and she's going to help Dad turn things around. What did you think about this premise?
I like the premise. I think it's a cute idea. I did sort of have to wonder, like, this house is really baller for someone who is a retired park ranger. So methinks he had some investment somewhere else. There's more to his financial picture than this house and his career would add up to. So I'm just saying.
Maybe his 401k was popping in the park ranger biz. I don't know.
Federal
I'd like to
park
see his
employee,
portfolio.
something. Exactly. I'm wondering because this house is gaga baller. It is baller.
Do we need to do a financial audit of Hallmark actors? Like we can be the financial critic podcast.
The math ain't mathing. The math ain't mathing for me. Yeah, no.
It really does, but that's okay. It's a beautiful B&B. Okay. So, cut to a woman is pulling up with a flat tire, and her initials are clear as day embroidered BT on her purse. B. Turner is here. And B decides to stay at the B&B. Did you ever eat Butterfinger BBs back in the day?
Absolutely.
You remember this?
Butterfinger is my
So
favorite
good.
candy of all time. Give me a Butterfinger Blizzard any day of the week. But yes, I do remember the BBs from Butterfinger. Yeah.
And how much wood would a woodchuck chuck and all that. Yeah. So, okay. So they're all convinced she's B. Turner and they need to impress her. So they come in and Lucy has this idea. Okay, guess what family? Because by this time, all the other family members have gathered and they're all like, Dad, you made our house into a B&B. She's like, guess what? Dad introduced me as his daughter. So I'm actually going to play the role of daughter. Like, I'm going to be me. But all of you fools can be staff and guests to impress B. Turner so she doesn't think she's the only person here, which is very funny. I did this at a yard sale once similarly, like nobody was really stopping and I just started perusing my own yard sale to maybe drum up some people with that to think that it was like really like
The stuff you want. Oh, is she shopping?
things. Oh man. So I appreciated the hustle here. They're like, "Why do you get to be you?" And she's like, "Well, here, the jig is up on that, but here you go." So like, brother and sister-in-law are going to be. Oh, because by the way, that was Lucy's brother that we saw earlier. I don't know if I said that part, but they're going to be a married couple guests. Youngest sister who is floundering, never knows what she wants to be when she grows up. She's going to be the chef of the B&B, which is risky because they don't think she can even like, you know, make a grilled cheese sandwich. Grandpa is going to be, what was his name? Like Wednesday?
Handyman.
Yes. The handyman wandering around.
Yes, ma'am.
Very funny. So, let's just say, they're overly enthusiastic and they're gonna tell B about, their lives and in all the hustle and bustle, sassafras Jake shows up to stay for a few days. What? Hey, Jake, you tall drink of water. The youngest daughter feels like no one ever believes in her, so she's gonna be the chef. Like I said, she puts together some nasty green goo soup, and they're all very nervous to serve this to B. Turner and Sassafras Jake because these are actually paying customers, and what if we, poison them? But it turns out to be a big hit. Tastes great.
Now I love a split pea soup, but a split pea soup is not really an entire meal. And so it was this gigantic bowl of split pea soup. It was not a great first impression, but it worked. It worked in the moment.
They seem to be crazy about it. And then Ding Dong, who's at the door, it's Grandma. And Lucy whisks her off. I'm like, no, here's the thing. This is what we're doing. And she's like, well, I want to add to the fun. So she makes like this Russian/Transylvanian accent. Like she kind of sounded like Morticia Adams and Dracula, but also Boris and Natasha from Bullwinkle.
Very that. It was very that.
It was so extra. And B. Turner and Jake are like, okay, she is a guest, right? Sure. This is why I've never chosen to go to a B&B because this is what I'm afraid of, that people are just like
Thank you.
intermingling too much.
Oh, it's
And
too much. Yeah.
I will say we, along with some of our mutual friends, we went to we went to Napa Valley for the day like 10 years ago before we had kids and obligations. Literally, it was one day, and we spent the night in a B&B, but it was not like a mingle thing. Have you ever been the one where
No.
or
And
then
I have
eats together and
No.
everybody gathers and shares their
No.
stories and chitty chats?
No, I have no desire to do anything like that. I'm at this stage in my life, Jennifer, where I'm not trying to make new friends.
Who has time
Who
for
has the
for
time?
podcasts?
Well, I mean, there's that. But I mean, like, who has the time? I mean, my goodness, these people, I don't know. But for some people, if it's your thing, great. Tell us why you love it. Yeah.
Please do. And have you done it before? Because I'm very intrigued by it. I just, I would be worried. Like, I would do a B&B if it was a B&B BC, a B&B with a background check. Wait.
Or a B&B RS, a B&B with room service, where you bring me the food and I just stay in my bed.
Just think about it. That's not the point.
I could get on board.
I want breakfast in bed, not bed and breakfast. You bring it to me. Oh my gosh. Okay, so they're all chitty-chatting and getting to know each other more. Lucy gives the little sister the third degree about switching her major again, and she wants to take care of her, because mom's dead. Whew. Then they all do a snowman building competition together, except sister-in-law sneaks out into the town to buy a pregnancy test, which is not something we see a lot in the Hallmark realm.
No.
And she looks quite anxious about it.
Very
actually.
anxious.
She's her spidey sense is like, uh-oh, I need to get a stick here. So meanwhile, back at the snowman competition, Lucy twists her ankle, and Jake like swishes her off to the kitchen and ices it with a sultry scene with a bag of peas. Clearly not the peas
Yeah.
soup the night before. This is a different bag of peas. Why don't you
Yeah.
ride peas?
Well, he picked her up and plopped her down on the counter too. It was very sort of, let me take control of this situation.
Yeah. There you go.
Sensual. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's not pretending to be well. We'll get to that. Okay, he's a geologist. That's his job, right?
Yes.
Is what he says. Yes, okay. Lots of land evaluations and typing. Every said as
Minerals.
Jake, he's just typing about his findings of minerals and like zinc and things. They get to know each other more in the kitchen with a bag of peas. And then little sister finds the old family camcorder and is watching old films of their dead mom. And it's very sentimental and very sad. So many feelings. And sister-in-law turns out she's knocked up.
Here we go.
Now, I'm not saying you can't travel when you have kids, but I am saying that our family's recently booked one night at an Airbnb to go to Dahlonega, Georgia, and it was a big ask for us to
It
go
was
to
a lot.
Georgia.
It was a lot.
It's just all the stuff you gotta schlepp.
The
Pack and
equipment.
play. The
Oh my
sheets for the
gosh.
pack and play, diapers and wipes and all the stuff for a baby, especially, or a toddler. It's a lot. I mean, all I needed for my son was the Nintendo. Like,
Yeah.
give him a charging cord and the Nintendo, he was fine. But the minis
Ugh.
need a lot.
When I
I
think
don't know how this is going to affect their jet setting.
honestly, when I think about my younger era, when I was a youngster, I'm talking 20s here, and I would go for like a weekend away and maybe take a change of underwear, maybe. But no, you're right. Now we're packing an entire
In
minivan.
my like Vera Bradley duffel bag.
Exactly.
It would fit in that. Everything I needed. Yeah.
Not no more. Not no more. Yeah.
Mm-mm. Those days are gone. But so sister-in-law's knocked up. Hasn't told her husband yet. Oh. So Jake and Lucy were back with them. They're talking about their upbringing around a campfire because she was like sneaking out because she heard a noise. And it was really him gathering wood because, of course, and she like almost hits him with this giant candy cane, which was pretty funny comedic bit. But their communication, this little campfire scene, was so like effortless and sweet to me.
I thought the same. It's really in this moment that you see just how good these two actors are. Their conversation was just so natural. It did not feel acted at all to me.
Yeah. And she's telling stories and it cuts and like she's telling another story and she's kind of excited and like just their body language is all really it's so fun. Okay.
And you know what she does that I love too? When she's delivering lines, she will occasionally throw a in there in this way that she's doing on purpose. And it's not scripted that way, but it just makes it so much more authentic because that's really the way people talk. And I just love that kind of little thing. Just something I noticed.
Yes. As much as I would love to not have my little fallback words, I know I say "and so," having done however many episodes of this podcast, more than any human should. It's like my stick. It's my go-to. And so, and I hear it. If you hear it, I know you've heard it. It's annoying. I try to fix it. I can't. I'm almost 40 years old. What do you want from me? But yeah, you're right. People do have those little things that they just naturally incorporate in their conversation, and it makes it more relatable. All right, next day, Lucy and Jake and Dad go get a tree. Then everyone decorates it together. Super cute. B. Turner is hot for Dad. I mean, she's like Flirty McFlirterson, basically from the flat tire incident in the beginning of the movie. So she decides she's going to extend her stay at the B&B. Jake goes with Lucy to town because they're setting up Dad's Santa. Dad's going to play Santa in the town thing. And it's like a throne and a station. But Jake takes a work call and he's talking to corporate and he hasn't written his recent travel review and the corporate signage says B. Turner.
Gasp.
Did you see this coming?
I did not see it coming. No.
Yeah.
Did you?
I don't remember because I saw this when it came out. So I don't know that I saw it coming. I don't think so.
No. Yeah. I think they did a
What?
good job of not making it obvious what was happening here. It
Yeah.
it legitimately felt like a surprise. Yeah.
Yes. All right, so Lucy tells the family that they can't go to the Christmas festival that night because the townies are going to be all over calling them by their real names because they have these faux alias names and personas. And the family doesn't like that. They don't like how controlling Lucy is because she still gets to go because she's really Lucy. So they decide to all separately, they start sneaking out, just like little bugs scattering at a picnic, right? Jake overhears Lucy calling her brother by his real name, and she has to come clean about the plan to foil B. Turner because at this point, nobody knows that Jake is B. Turner. They still think BT is B. Turner. And her real name is like Beth or something.
Yeah.
And so she comes clean. She's like, look, this is what's happening. Can you play along, please? Because this review would mean the world to our family. It'll help my dad be more stable financially. Blah, 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 blah. And he's like, okay, sure. We get a walk and talk and more Bethany Joy Lenz beautifully singing. And Jake doesn't like to draw attention to himself. And he's a terrible singer, wants nothing to do with that. But she said, with a face like that, you draw attention everywhere you go. And they kissed. Come on.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you, I've seen a lot of these Hallmark movies. They don't usually flirt like that.
No, that was about as overt as I've seen in one of these. Yeah.
I like it. I like it. Sister-in-law finally tells her husband that she's pregnant because she was worried about what he would think. Turns out he's jazzed, and they'll just figure out how to travel and be a family. Huh.
Good
Lost
luck with
part 2
that.
of this movie. Yeah, I want to see how that worked out. Grandma imparts some wisdom to Lucy about Jake. Grandpa imparts some wisdom to Dad about Beth because he can tell, like, he's got some feelings in return with her, but he hasn't loved anybody since his dead wife died and, all this death, death, death. And he's like, it's okay for you to find happiness again, which was actually a very sweet scene. And then the whole crew has a taffy pulling lesson montage, which is not something I had on my bingo card or my Christmas traditions, but I'm here for it. And then the breaker flips. Now, this happened once earlier in the movie, and I didn't mention it, but the breaker box panel thing is in Jake's room. So Lucy's like, hey, Jake, can I go to your room and switch it? He's like, totally, go ahead. Well, Jake had been titter-tattering, writing his review of the B&B, left his laptop open, no screensaver. You're going to fry your screen. What are we doing? My computer goes to sleep in 2 seconds. But she can't help but notice that he is B. Turner.
And this is the oopsie doodle.
Yeah. The mood turns quickly. She goes downstairs all pouty while they're like slathering taffy, like taffy ribbons everywhere. She really brings the mood down. She asks Jake, why weren't you honest with me? And he's like, you weren't honest with me either. Like, basically, their entire relationship was founded on lies, and he's got a good point. They have a tense fight scene, not physical fight, but like sparring with words verbally, basically. And it was such a great acting scene. They kind of storm away from each other. He's like, fine, I guess I'll check out and go somewhere else. She's like, yeah, I think you should. So the jig is up. Everybody's in on it now. The whole family knows. Beth knows what they were doing. And so everybody can be their true selves again. And Beth's like, why did you think I was B. Turner? I was just taking pictures because I like your design style and I want to do a remodel. Because that was the other thing. She was like taking photos nonstop of everything. And that was for the article. Dad has a heart-to-heart with the youngest daughter, and it turns out she now wants to be a cook like her mom, and she's gonna go to culinary school, and they support it because, the feasts have been feasting this entire time. Everybody's really jazzed about it. Dad tries to get B. Turner no, Beth, to stay, and she agrees. She's gonna stay through Christmas. Forget her real family. Who needs them? They do the same thing every year. Lucy finds out Jake is still in town. He hasn't left. He checked out, but he hadn't left town yet. She goes and buys all of the restocked sassafras candy canes from the local store. And then she walks outside. She's like, I gotta meet up with him. And she hears somebody singing terribly Blue Christmas. And it is none other than our Jake Victor Webster. And she joins in. Everybody, like, they pan around, and I guess it's because this is 2020. Like, everybody was socially distanced around them. Did you notice that?
I did.
It was
Yeah.
definitely like
Keep your
the
distance.
actors
6
6
feet.
feet apart, not doing anything. They were just bodies standing there watching.
Don't gesticulate too much.
No, don't breathe in anybody's direction either. So this was a callback because at their fireside chat, she had talked about the song Blue Christmas. So, and of course, he had talked about how he doesn't want to draw attention to himself, but he's willing to make a huge spectacle of himself to win her back. And they apologize to one another, and his review gets posted immediately, and it's a rave. Immediately, they make up after this amazing Blue Christmas scene, go back to the inn, the Ralston Inn, and like it's the phones are ringing off the hook for people to book a Christmas travel bit, like Christmas Eve, basically. She gives him the candy canes Christmas morning in a stocking. Dad has wrapped up the door trim for Lucy because that was part of her thing. She's like, "You got rid of all of our memories." And he had pulled off the trim where he had marked all the kids' heights through the years previously, and he gave that to her, which I thought was very sweet. Brother and sister-in-law announced that they're pregnant with luggage because they still think they're taking this baby around the world.
That's cute.
Bless their hearts.
Mhm.
And little sis knocks the Christmas meal out of the park, and that is a wrap.
It's time for Gold or Coal.
Okay, it's time for our gold or coal segment. We love giving gifts, right? Some are great, some are not so great. You know, if it's great, it's gold. If it's not so great, it's coal, like coal in your stocking. So in this one, if the total is more gold, of course, this is a little bit easy because of this whole premise of this movie. It's a 5-star review, right? Exactly. If there's more coal, it is a report to TripAdvisor. And if it's a tie, just 3 to 3, we're going to call it a meh Christmas, like a 2.5 star kind of situation. So, Jennifer, you are up first.
So my first gift is gold, and it has to be the Bethany Joy Lenz, Victor Webster dancing, singing scene of Blue Christmas in the town square. It was such a sweet moment. They looked so giddy to have like finally connected and apologized and reconciled, and all this weight is lifted off their shoulders, and they can just be in love now, and they're swaying and being silly. And it's an amazing scene. One of my favorites. Gold.
Yep. I'm also going to give gold for the leads here. It just felt like these two were having a blast shooting this movie. And you could tell, like, they like each other as friends. They got along as co-actors together. There was immediate rapport and chemistry, and that really translated on the screen. And I bought it from start to finish, the two of them in their unique roles and together as a couple. I thought it was great.
Mhm. I will give some gold. I really liked this dad. I liked that he was not trying to have it all together. He knew he'd kinda made some oopsie doodles of his own with taking like, biting off this big chunk of this B&B, and he came to his family like, "Oh, I'm gonna get through it," but they're so supportive of him. He's still imparting wisdom with them, and they're navigating the loss of his wife, and that he can find love again and have the space to do that. I really liked that. He just seemed really precious. He was a good dad character.
I agree. He was great. I'm going to give more gold. I thought the B plots really worked here. Now, sometimes in these ensemble movies, the B plots can really clutter things and distract from the main thing that we're there to watch happen, right? I don't feel like that was the case here. I thought that the sister who didn't know what she wanted to do with her life. I thought that the dad who's trying to recover from the death of his wife and find love again. I thought that the whole we're a young couple and we've got these big dreams, but now we're pregnant. I thought it all just kind of worked together and gave everybody something to talk about and navigate. And I liked that because it all felt very reasonable and realistic, and I bought it. So it was good.
Yeah, and I liked even the grandparents. I think it was dad's dad and dead mom's mom, I think. Like, they were from separate branches of the family tree. But they even had that sweet scene where they were gonna sneak out and go to the Christmas festival, and he's like, "Look, I don't know how many more of these I can go to, so I'm not gonna miss these chance." And then he won, like, the tacky Christmas sweater contest. They found him at a tent somewhere. Like, leading to my last gift of gold, the banter throughout. I love some witty banter, and this one made me laugh out loud quite a few times. They were just like you said, they seemed to all be having a great time with this movie, but it still had a good balance of humor and heart, which I enjoyed.
Yeah, Absolutely. My last gift is gonna be gold. I like that we got some new Christmas traditions in this one, we got the sassafras candy canes, had never heard about that. We got the taffy pulling, never seen that in one of these. It was kind of fun, and I liked that they were trying to do some new things and some different things, so I appreciate that. So gold for me, as you've heard, gold across the board. It's pretty rare that we get a gold across the board here on the podcast. So we're going to call this a 5-star review. And Jennifer, we put out on our socials, hey, let us know what you thought. And universally, the feedback from our listeners was really positive. Mackie wrote in and said, I love the meet cute in this movie. Tina Zaza just gave us heart faces. Love that. Thank you. And
That's
then
all you need. Yeah.
yeah, it's a wonderful movie blog said, love this movie so much. I don't know how they kept such serious faces throughout. Agreed. It is so fun. And Victor Webster's song at the end is so sweet. Happily Ever Holiday said, I love this movie. Both the stars are incredible, and I'd watch anything they are in. The chemistry is 100. Agreed. And CatJoy9 said, love this very unique movie. Such a special, entertaining, fun movie. Mizanium said, one of my all-time faves. Jane Barker 275. I must say that Victor Webster and Bethany Joy Lenz had such a fun time together in this movie. The candy cane scene was really cute. And a guy by the name of I Am Victor Webster wrote, I loved it. I thought it was very entertaining and really appreciated that it had an ensemble cast with a lot of heartfelt moments and humor. But that's just me.
He commented like minutes within me asking this, and I had tagged them both in it. And these people get a lot of notifications, I'm sure, and they don't have time to respond to everybody. So it was so sweet that he took the time to comment that. It was so funny.
Yeah.
Such a Jake thing to do.
Such a
Another
Jake
Jake
thing to
do. Fight with a sassafras candy cane hanging out of his mouth. Yeah. So funny. Would have been really awkward if we hated the movie, but luckily we love the movie. So we can happily tell him, hey, we are big fans and we gave it all gold.
That's exactly right. So I think this is certainly a fun one. This is a great family one, right? I think this would be a perfect one to watch, after Thanksgiving dinner, just to kick off the holiday season with family all around and that sort of thing. I really think there's something for everyone in this one. What about you?
Agreed. And somebody else had said that they really like the adult children when they bring adult children back in these movies, that always tugs on their heartstrings. And I do like that too, because a lot of times it's just the little itty bitty kids that we get to see. So seeing adult children still grappling with growing up and navigating young adulthood, I really enjoy it. Yeah, it'll appeal to a lot of different people, all
Lots of
different
appeal.
ages.
Lots of appeal.
Love it.
And that, friends, is another episode of Do You Watch What I Watch? Hey, if you like this episode, let us know. Be sure to bop that like button on YouTube.
That's right. Special thanks as always to Nick Schwartz for our theme song. Such a banger. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to listen and or watch us. We truly appreciate it so much.
We do appreciate it, and we love interacting with you on our social media channels. Hey, one of you actually made a recommendation for a movie that we should recap and review here on the podcast. So we're going to take that under consideration. And if there's one out there that we've not covered that you think we should, let us know. Hey, maybe we'll put a post out there about that. See if we can generate some ideas. Because we're in the midst right now of what we're calling the 12 Pods of Christmas. This was number 2. And we're going to do new episodes leading up to Countdown to Christmas, which I'm really excited about. And did you see, Jennifer, we're getting one that takes place in Nashville, a Grand Ole Opry Christmas.
Yes, I saw it.
Yeah.
Has Christopher Blaha, Nikki DeLoach, all Hallmark
Brad
all
Paisley.
themselves. Also Brad Paisley, country superstar and also husband of Kimberly Williams Paisley.
I mean,
Former Hallmark star / Father of the Bride star. Father of the Bride's my favorite movie of all time. And they're filming it here, right? Or at least
they have to be. For
Grand
sure.
Ole Opry stage.
So anyway,
I'm just saying, if there's like an opportunity for a fun-loving podcast duo to be, somewhere in a media room or sit silently, or we'll stand 6 feet apart as you all do a twirl and we'll just be in the square. I don't have
whatever.
a problem with it.
No problem at all.
Ever.
I'm just saying.
Schedules have never been more clear than for this movie.
I'm just saying, if we will pack up our families and go down to Dahlonega, we will make it happen, whatever it takes. So I'm just going to throw it out into the universe. Hallmark, look no further. If you need media characters, podcast extras, anyone to just look good, smile in the background, and give you some good old-fashioned, authentic Southern hospitality, we're your duo. Putting it out there to the
I'm not gonna
universe.
say it would look good, but I would shoot I would actually blow dry my hair that day for
Maybe. And I'll blow dry what's left of my hair that day, too.
And, I do have experience on the Grand Ole Opry stage. Did you know that about me, Josh?
I did not.
Well, my high school graduation happened at the Grand Ole Opry, so we got to
there.
walk literally across the stage to get our diploma.
Did you get
I
to the
didn't I
circle?
can't I think we walked across the circle.
Oh.
They be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by. I did not sing, though. They did not ask me to sing.
You missed your opportunity. But
Weird.
maybe we'll get another one. Either way, we will have much, much to discuss in the days and weeks ahead.
As we're counting down to Christmas, I do like that we're starting to get these little media blitzes about what they've been working on. So we'll try to keep you up to date on that. Stay tuned to our socials. But until then, may your days be merry and bright, and we'll see you next time.